Go ahead and do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, welcome, Queen, the ultimate queen. Now, I got to tell you why I did this and why I'm doing this.
Yes.
It is because I feel like it's time to do this.
Yes.
And I chose you specifically, and I'll tell you why. I think I mentioned to you, but I chose you specifically because you and I was trying to think of, I couldn't find my notes to find the specific date.
Oh,
But
okay.
that year that you and I met was a very um, emotional time for me. And it was a time of beginning. And you walked
Okay.
into my life and you were beginning, I believe. We'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just but we clicked. So
Yes.
I say that to say, yes, I have so many people that I have met since I met you, as far as students, fellow actors or whatever, but the click was not there.
Mm.
So the click is really, really important, especially when you are in certain phases of your life. Okay.
Yes.
And this is now another beginning for me. And
Okay.
so you just kept popping up. Every time I started thinking about like who do I want to start? Because I've had shows before. I have tons of material written. I wrote a soap opera that was really great.
Okay
A
now.
soap opera. I mean, I have so much material, but I haven't been executing my talent. It's
Mm.
okay, because I had to step back in order to step up.
Come, come on now. That's a word. Come
You
on
know what I'm
now.
saying? And it's real.
Yes.
And it's okay. And I'm like, I'm not beating myself up about it no more. I'm just saying,
Mm-mm.
hey, you know what? Just get back on the horse. Okay.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
that's what I'm doing. But you came into my mind because I remember how genuine you were when you came. You didn't come with an attitude to the
Mm-mm.
class. You came with, I just want to be open to see what's going on. That's what I felt. And
Yes.
I'll let you talk later. But anyway, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. You are my first person. This is just the beginning for us, by the
Oh,
way.
I love that.
Okay. So tell me what's been going on with you. And also, if you don't mind, refresh my memory of our first encounter.
Yeah, so I don't remember the month, but I do remember the year. It was 2013.
I think it was 12.
I think it was 12 too. It was 2012 because I moved to LA January 2012. And I think it was maybe like the later part of 2012. I'm thinking July, August, September
Yep.
of 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I was just so hungry. Like I was so ready to like get into classes and start auditioning but really feeling lost. Oh, I came to LA and I felt lost. I was like, what is this? And so the timing with us was so perfect. It was so perfect. I've taken classes before yours and it didn't resonate. It did not connect. It was just so it was so wild.
Yeah.
And the principles and the techniques, it just didn't go. It didn't flow. It was forced. It was stupid. Like it was just like I couldn't get with it. And with you, Yvette, it was like the moment I walked into your class, I knew I was supposed to be there.
Oh my God.
Like I knew it. I found you on a website. I can't remember the website, but I found you because I was so desperate to find a teacher who looked like me, who went through the same things as I was going to go through. I knew I was going to go through something in this
Okay.
business. I just didn't know what it was going to be. And I wanted someone, I prayed for someone who can give me that guidance and give me that guidance with love and be patient with me because I knew like I am green, honey. Like I am not used to this. I thought that I was ready for this. I was not. I realized that the moment I came January to 2012 that I was like, I'm here, but now what?
Right. Let me jump in real quick because I love
Yes.
everything you're saying. What you're saying right now is nothing but a blessing as far as information to people who are going to be watching this. Because we
Mm,
have so many thousands of people that come to LA every day, in
yes.
spite of the fires, hello, in
Yes.
spite of everything,
Yes.
because the city is so magnetic. I'll leave
Yes.
it at that.
Really.
It's a beautiful city. And
Mm-hmm.
there's so much opportunity, but I like what you just said, Tasha, because that was key. Now what? You get here and now what? And you
Mm-hmm.
were one of the few students that I've had that was so honest, brutally honest, like, I don't know what to do. And that's why I liked you right away because you were like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I was like, well, you were honest about it. You didn't come in with ego or anything like that. And I really appreciate that. But let's bounce back a little bit now because before you came to my class, you had taken other acting classes. Is that right?
I did. Yes.
Can you
I
share a little bit about them? You don't have to mention any names, but just like,
I wish I was going to see if I can share my experience.
sure, please.
Okay, so a lot of the techniques was very wonky to me.
Mhm.
Like really just didn't resonate. Like the whole standing on one foot and hopping up and down and touch your head and I'm like, what is this? I know this can't be acting. What's happening here? And so I'm like, okay, wait a minute. And I would leave those classes because it's those classes are called audits. So they
Yes.
in LA, what they'll do, some classes, what they'll do, they give you an audit to kind of see if you can resonate, to see if this is the class that you see a good fit.
Okay, so that's a good point now. So explain to the audience what an audit is. Because see, a lot of people want to come out here and just say, I'm gonna take a class. But you made a good point. Tell us what an audit is. They give you you go ahead.
Yeah, so what they'll do is they'll give you some professionals, acting professionals, that's teachers, will give you an option to take a free class.
Okay, an audit, gotcha.
And so just to see if you are a good fit for the class and if you if you are a good fit for the class and then also for the teacher as well to see if you'll be a good student for the class.
Mm,
So
mm,
it is an exchange.
okay.
And so, and it's free. They might have one free audit class, or they might have two free audit class, or maybe a month. And then after that, you start with I was gonna say subscription, but you start with the fee.
The curriculum. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, the curriculum. So
Mm-hmm.
you start with that once you guys come to an agreement that we're going to get along, that this is a good fit.
Okay.
And so I took a couple of those. Whew. So my first experience was the whole wonky step on your head and tic-tac-toe and put your hand on your head and just nonsense. So I knew I was like, I'm not ever coming back to this class. The second experience, the
Funny.
second experience was, I went to a class that the teacher berates their students,
Oh,
and I
let's talk
knew I
about
wasn't
it.
going back to
Let's
that.
talk about it. Yes.
They
Yes.
berate you. They make you feel less than. You don't know, and they make you feel bad for not knowing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this is the cursing.
From the instructors.
Yes,
Wow. Yeah.
that the instructor would curse at their students.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Stop them in mid acting and be like, street language.
Straight up.
And I'm like, what is this? I'm not coming back to this. So
Mm-hmm.
after being frustrated, because let's keep in mind, LA is a huge city.
It is.
So you can waste, if you're not careful, you can waste a lot of time.
Yes.
And I remember going to my loft. It was a small loft. And I remember going to my loft, was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I was like, I can't find a teacher that I can resonate with. I'm not an actress. I was going to be an actress and
Mhm.
get the skill, but where is I'm going to get the skill set?
Right.
And I remember, and it's very important, extremely important to have a community
Okay.
that you can go to and be like, hey, listen, I know you're feeling frustrated because those times are going to come.
Mm.
Whether you're
Oh,
skilled or not skilled or immediate, those times are going to come when you're going to feel like I'm putting so much my all into this art and I'm not
yes.
receiving anything in return.
Right. Right.
And it's so important. You can't be in relationships that's going to be envious of you.
Mm.
You can't be in relationships that's going to beat you down, that's going to tell you,
Ooh,
yeah, you're right, you don't have it. You don't need that.
love it. No, but see, what I like about you, you came out here and figured that out like right away.
Now that's good because I didn't think about it like
No,
that.
no, girl, trust me. You know how many students I've had since
Yes.
I've met you and
Mm-hmm.
currently teaching. Okay. But you came out here and you knew that. Now, I just want to jump in really quickly because what you're saying is that, oh my God, I can't wait till other people hear it. Because they can hear from me, but it's not the same. When they hear it from someone like yourself, you've experienced this firsthand. You know, okay? And I am here to tell you, you picked it up and you recognize this right off the bat.
Mm.
That's what it's about because you said something that's very, very important. You said LA is a humongous city,
It
okay?
is. Mm-hmm.
And you got people from all over the world. Also, too, where are these people coming from who are out here teaching? That's another thing now, and we get into that because some of these people you'll see on TV, they've been on television, you've seen them around, you've seen them
Yeah.
on commercials.
Yes.
So and when you're new, you're like, oh well, she or he must know something because they're making it, they working. But
Yeah.
as you and I know, that's not
Mm-hmm.
always. It doesn't matter. You know what
It,
I mean?
mm-hmm.
Hmm. Now, what about the money aspect? Because here's another thing: people don't realize how much money it takes to be an actor.
Oh my goodness. Woo! It's an investment. It's
It
truly an investment. And
speak.
you can spend so much money and get nowhere. And that right there, I didn't want that. I was like, okay, I'm already miles away from my family. I don't have family here. So what am I going to do now? And I will never forget, I was frustrated and it was a website and I cannot remember what that website was, but it was for teachers in different entertainment industries.
I think it was casting networks
Yes. Yes. Oh my good Yvette, thank you. Yes, it was.
because
I,
I advertised on it, and
yeah,
let me tell
yes,
you,
yes.
that's where you
That's
found
how
me,
I
girl.
found you.
That's where you found me. But here's the thing: I advertised on it, and at the time, I didn't know really how to advertise.
Hmm.
So my partner and assistant at the time said, "Oh, here," and it wasn't free, but it was reasonable.
Right, right.
And I wrote the ad though, okay, and
Mm.
submitted the ad. And to my surprise, I got a ton of great people, but they
Yeah.
had all came from other instructors, like what you're
Hmm.
saying right now, who they said the same thing, were cursing and belittling them and making them feel more insecure than they
Right.
felt when they came. And
Hmm.
one of my goals is to empower. That's
Yes.
my purpose now. I realized that. I didn't know that 20 years ago, but now I know one of my purposes is to empower and of service. Okay.
That's
So
so
we give
good.
service in so many different ways. But even when I was studying, getting my bachelor's degree in acting, I would sit in the classes and go, you know what? I don't think the way this teacher is teaching, I don't, and sometimes the instructor would look at me and go, what do you think? And I'm like, I'm a student now, but
Right,
I'm coming from the heart. I'm coming from a genuine place. I'm not coming from, let me get your money.
right.
Okay. And so there's a difference there, but I would go, if I was teaching, I would, because one thing I found out is that as artists, we're so sensitive. We are
Yeah.
sensitive birds,
Hmm.
musicians. actors,
Yes.
singers, even hairstylists. We
Yes.
are very sensitive, temperamental people. And you can say just the wrong little word, and all of a sudden
Mm-hmm.
they're like, well, maybe I'm not that good. No. Or maybe
Right.
this is not for me. And I've seen so many amazing, talented people just go, you know what? I don't think I could do this because of what some instructor has said.
Come on. Speak
And I'm
on it.
like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have a real strong conviction about this is what I want to do, and I know
Right.
me, you can be deterred like right away. It's
Oh, yeah.
instant. So that's why I said people have no idea. But one of the other things that you said too, because I'm listening to everything you say, you said, I came here to learn how to act. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
let me say something about that. And if anyone is thinking about moving to LA, I will not tell you not to because only you know what's in your heart to do. Only
Right.
you know that. But
Mm-hmm.
I will say, do not come here to learn how to act. Sorry.
Ooh.
I know so
Mm-mm.
many teachers are going to be like DMing me and on my case, but
You telling the truth.
this is not the place to come learn to
Mm.
act. Okay.
Let them
Because,
use you.
yeah, you know what? You better have your wallet ready. And like you said
Right.
earlier, and you might leave empty-handed. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Because the price tag. Let's talk about that. What did you find as far as the prices? I mean, when you came out, it was 2012, so that was a minute ago, but still, it was all relative, though, right? I mean, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What
Mm-hmm.
were the prices like?
Back then, for me, what was the culture shock for me was gas at the time, $6, $7 a gallon, and
In
I was not
2012?
in 2012, and I was not ready for that. I I wasn't ready for that. I was like, how did I get from $2, $3 a gallon coming from Louisiana to I'm now paying $6, $7 a gallon? I'm not gonna make it, and still gotta buy food too and other utilities. I'm not gonna make it here financially. I wasn't working. I was like, at that time, I couldn't find a job. I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
How is this gonna balance out? It was like that for me. That was the culture shock. $6, $7 a gallon, and I was like,
Guys,
okay,
it was 6 or 7 in 2012. 2012. Wow. I didn't even,
uh,
wow.
and
Well,
I actually parked my car at that time because I was like, listen, I'm gonna have to start using public transportation because
mhm.
I can't $6, $7 a gallon.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is now, but I back then I was just like, I wasn't ready. See, here's my thing. I didn't do the proper research.
Okay. That's all
Mm-mm,
right. Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I The only thing I knew at that time was I was moving to LA and I was gonna be a star. I was gonna step out of my 2004 Dodge Neon, and next week I was gonna be on somebody's set, and I'm gonna be a big star like Halle Berry and Taraji P Henson and Jennifer Lopez.
And
That's
that's
all.
all you knew. But
I
see,
didn't.
that's why you're so special.
Yeah.
That's why you're so special. Because you know what? That's what most of us do. You see what I'm saying? But
Mm,
here again, the reason that I'm always you and I click is because of your transparency, your honesty. Girl, you always bring it. And you just like straight up. I was not prepared. But even
mm-mm.
I'll say this. Most of us are not prepared because it's the dream. We just think that we know we have something unique.
Yes.
You know that, but then you don't know what's on the other side of monetizing your uniqueness. Does that
Hmm.
make sense?
That does make
I
sense.
know, you got something, but how do you make it translate into dollars?
Woo. That part.
Mm.
That part
See,
right
that's
there.
what I call the riddle of life because
Mm.
that's not just in Hollywood. It's
Mm-mm.
everywhere, but I think it's more prevalent in Hollywood because we are visually looking out at the television set
Yes.
and the movies, and it all looks so easy.
Yes.
But baby, when you put your toe in that water,
Woo.
Ooh,
Ooh.
it can be really cold.
Uh, it can be tough.
Yeah, but
Yes.
$6 a gallon. Now that was just on the economical side of LA. And
Yes.
like you said, you didn't plan properly. If you and you also said that you parked your car because I
Yes.
sort of remember you saying that to me when you came to class one day because I think class was over and you were like, I think you took public transportation to the class.
For the class, I did use my car, but see,
Okay.
I wouldn't use my car all the time. So if I had to go like grocery shopping or if I had to go to the bank or something like that, okay, now I'm gonna take the bus, I'm gonna take the train.
Okay.
Or if I had to go to work, I'm gonna take the train and I'm gonna share a vehicle.
Hmm.
But since any auditions or classes, then I'll
Okay.
use my car. Because
Okay.
I was like, listen, I'm not gonna be able to take my car everywhere.
Hmm.
LA is already a huge city, which
Yes, it is.
I had a hard time driving in LA at first. I was always about to get ran over because I drove so slow.
No, you
And
were driving right. You were driving the way you were supposed to drive. Let me just say that about LA. It's
yeah.
something about LA. Listen. Oh, you want to go there? Honey, you were driving the way you were supposed to drive. I
Talking
don't
about
know what these fools are doing, okay?
they was
But
running.
I do know what they're doing now. After many years of being out here driving, I get it now. You know what they're doing? They're trying to be on time. And here's the thing. If
Oh,
you want to be on time in LA, you've got to leave at least 1 hour.
yes.
One
Yeah.
at least. Okay. And it
Mhm.
might take you 10 minutes to get out of your parking structure, depending on where you live in. So
Come on.
add that. Okay. So what they're doing is once they get out there and they realize they don't have that time because they want to leave at the last minute, now they got to run over
Hmm.
everybody. Okay. They got to
Yes.
run the lights. They got to
Yes.
run over. They got to honk at you because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, driving safely. Okay.
Mhm.
But they're late.
Yes.
See, so that's what it is. Something about LA. I've driven in Detroit, Chicago, Ohio. Haven't driven in New York, and I'm in New York like. But I'm just saying, there's something about LA that's like, whoa, what's up?
Yes.
Everybody's on crack. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
That's so true.
Everybody on Sherm. You like, well, and then they get mad because you're actually stopping at a red light. So
Hmm.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then the freeways. Don't talk. Listen, did you
Oh
drive
my good.
the
Oh
freeway?
my goodness. Oh, that 405 is. Oh, I'm traumatized. Goodness gracious.
Girl, you need some kind of volume after that one, huh? You need a drink even if you don't drink. Yeah, yeah,
I love it. Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Those are some of the pitfalls. At the same time, if you don't mind, take me back to when you decided I can't do this. I don't want to do this. I'm going back home.
Well, for me, unfortunately, let me see, I left 2016.
Oh wow, you stayed a minute.
Oh yeah, because one thing about LA, it's a love and hate relationship. It's like, well, I'll say the industry. The industry has a love and hate relationship. Once you can get past 1 year,
Hmm.
you're pretty much okay. You're gonna meet some good people, great people, very genuine people.
Hmm.
At that point, I met you.
Thank
And
you.
you took me under your wing. At that point, I was booking all the time.
Good.
And it didn't take long.
All right.
With the right guidance, it won't take long.
Speak. I'm telling
And
you.
you won't have to spend so much of your money and your resources if you're with the right teacher, if you're with the right guidance.
Hmm.
I will always say, take a beat, take a pause, and don't force anything. Don't try to manipulate anything. Really just say when you're starting to feel that pressure, you're starting to feel squeezed, just say, let me pause for
Mm.
just a second. Because feelings are not facts.
Come on.
You have it. You got it. You wouldn't be in LA if you didn't have it.
Hmm.
It's all about the grit. Put some skin in the game and really just say, okay, wait a minute.
Hmm.
I wouldn't have never had this dream in my heart if I'm not going to succeed.
Come
Because
on.
the only person that's stopping you is you.
Come on. Come on.
Nobody else. Not your
Hmm.
finances, not
And
life.
I want to piggyback on that because
Go
even
ahead.
the fact, no, not even the fact that I hear people say it's just not that many parts. Don't even go
Mm-mm.
there. Don't even go there. You know what? It's numero uno. Okay?
That's it.
That person that man in the mirror has a lot to do with it.
That's
Everything you were
it.
saying, Tasha, is so on point. I can't even begin to tell you. And I don't want to sound like a tape recorder, so I'm having you do it. People are
Okay.
tired of hearing it from my big mouth. I want to hear someone else's perspective on it because it's real. We don't
Mm-hmm.
plan properly because
Mm-mm.
we are so enamored with the dream, and I get
Yes.
it because I was telling someone the other day, and this is my humble opinion. I don't know how you could be a realistic actor.
You can't.
You can't be a realistic dreamer.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Because if you're too real, you're not gonna go.
You're not going to go. Mm-mm.
If you sit down and etch out all the facts, you're not gonna do it
You're not gonna make it.
because the cards are stacked against you now. We have people who come out here and they blow up because they have family members, they
Yeah.
have someone who referred them from an agency. They have
Right.
connections before they come. So those are the people that you see go. Now
Yeah.
here's the caveat with that is how do you stay there?
Oh, girl.
Okay.
Listen.
That's the real caveat. How do you stay there? Because bruh can get you in and get that audition with the big producer of the day,
Come
but
on.
you've got to be able to stay there. And a lot of people say, "Well, I have my degree." It's not just about the education.
Oh no.
It's about the gift, and
Mm.
God will make room for that gift, but you got to be ready.
Come
And listen, if
on.
somebody just gives it to you, and someone else comes and pulls the rug slightly from under you, you won't know the steps to get back on your feet. So
Ooh.
everything that you encountered and I encountered, it wasn't a setback, it was a setup.
Come, eat that. Listen, don't make me throw my phone. Don't you make me.
It was a setup, but it's a setup for the people that really want it. I
Yes.
want to stress that because a lot of people are like, yeah, but when you have that kind of mentality, it's not for you because you're
Mm-mm.
going to have more downs than you will have ups for sure.
Yes, you
Why?
will.
Because there's so many other people out here who want it. They want it much more than you do.
Oh, yes, they do.
And they may not have the talent you have in your pinky finger,
That part.
but they don't mind knocking on those doors until these knuckles are raw. And
Oh.
guess what? They will do anything for
Mm-hmm.
anyone and with anyone to get it. So
Mm-hmm.
that right there can put you in the back of the line if you come with morals. You see what I'm saying? If you come with dignity and you come with self-esteem. Now, I really want to make sure that people don't confuse self-esteem with being a driven person
Yes.
because it's different. If you have good self-esteem and you're driven, people say you're thirsty. I say, no, I'm dehydrated because I want
I
it.
know that's right.
Okay, I'm beyond thirsty. I'm dehydrated. You know why? Because I know what I can do. A lot of times when people take acting classes, they want you to answer a question for them that only they can answer. Who
Mm-hmm.
are you?
Yes.
And what are you willing to pay? You see?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
the acting technique, I don't want to, push it down because it's important.
Yes, it is.
However, that's just a small glimpse of it. Because if you come
Mm-hmm.
knowing you come to Hollywood knowing you came not knowing the acting, but you knew you. And you
Yes.
knew when to pull out.
That's
See what I'm
good.
saying?
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
know. You gotta know. People are like, well, I don't know. Okay, then you know what? Go answer those questions because all of those things that held you back at the time built your character.
So good.
And for not just for acting, but for life.
Yes.
You see what
Yes.
I'm saying? You now
Mm-hmm.
know what you're made of. You
Mm-hmm.
know your conviction. You
Yes.
know what you will and what you will not
I
do.
do.
You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
you may not have known that had you not made that trip out here to, become an actress,
That's
because you got to want something badly enough in order for the lesson to really sink into your head.
yes.
Because you went out on a limb. When you go out on a limb, there's a lesson, and it's a characteristic lesson about
Mm-hmm.
you. You see,
Yes.
you can take that back to your marriage. You can take that back to your family who may not
Yeah.
have had the guts to even embark on their dreams. Because you know what? A lot of
Mm,
people don't have the guts. Sorry.
that's
They
true.
don't even have the guts to be turned down
Oh, yes, that's so true.
because the
Oh my
rejection
God.
is real. Now, I want to go back to the fact that you said you started booking. What kind of jobs were you booking?
So I was booking mainly daytime TV
Hmm.
where I was doing mostly like hosting. Um, yeah, mostly daytime TV. And then I do a little acting here and there.
Okay.
But then I started getting the extra roles. I was like, okay. And then that led to like a few commercials. I'm like, okay.
Hmm.
And but the daytime for me, and this is when I realized that entertainment acting leads into an extension. Because I came in wanting to be just a soap opera actress. Listen, I'm gonna be on Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful. Look for me. Well, that didn't happen.
Well,
Mm,
you know what though? You mentioned that you did some hosting. Now, here's another thing that people want to be aware of. There are
yes,
levels. There are levels. Okay. And you mentioned that you did some extra work.
yes,
And I don't ever like to talk down on extra work, and I'll tell you why.
yes,
It
yes.
will give you you get to see what's going on.
You do.
And you also get to see how you should not act on a
Yeah,
set, on a
yeah.
professional set. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So a lot of people like don't do extra work. I say I'm not down in extra work.
Me
Here's
neither.
my thing too. If you have a really unique look and you sincerely want to do speaking parts eventually, I say do some extra work so you
Yes.
can get the atmosphere and the vibe of being on a set, working with professionals, people that you've been watching on TV all your life. And now here you are standing next to that person and you're seeing how that person is carrying him or herself.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that you need to take in and make a recording of because there
Yeah.
is an etiquette
Yes, it
about
is.
being on a set. Okay. But if you're really unique and different and they keep bringing you on as an extra, you might want to curtail it at some point because then the powers that be only see you as an extra.
Yes.
You see
Yes.
what I'm saying? Because you mentioned earlier that it's a big, LA is a huge town, but the business itself is very small. It's a
Yes,
small
it is.
circle.
Mm-hmm.
And word gets around. Oh, yeah, Tasha, bring her, and she's been an extra on the show for so and so time. No, 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 no. Now,
Mm-mm.
if that's okay with you, that's something
Right.
totally different.
Right.
But if you really want to go to the next level, you have to keep pushing for the next level. You
Yes.
have to be intentional about your goals. That's
Yeah.
not just in acting, once again, that's in everything, but especially in this because other people will find a slot for you.
Right.
They will I can't what do you call it? The catch 22 kind of thing.
Yes, yes.
Pigeonhole you. Oh, she's an extra.
Typecast.
Typecast you. She's an extra. She's typecast. You don't want that if you want to
Mm-mm.
go
Oh.
beyond and above and
Mm-hmm.
excel. If you want speaking roles, be diligent about that.
Right,
And,
right.
and like you said, find the right teacher. The
Oh, yeah.
right teacher is not necessarily the teacher that is always marketing themselves as the biggest teacher and the best in the town. No, no. It's
Mm-hmm.
almost like a hairstylist. Sometimes you have to go to the mom and pop hairstylist in the city. They used
Yeah.
to call them the beauty shop. You might have to go to the beauty shop, and that'll be the person that'll lay that hair, cut it the way it's supposed, trim it or whatever. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
not the big one on the marquee that you see going off down the 405.
Right,
So
right.
people come here and they're like, well, I want to work with so and so because I heard they're the biggest.
Mm.
Mm-mm. You got to find someone that you can really learn from.
I want to touch on that too.
Go
that
ahead, jump in.
I'm prepared for. Um, that's not always the best thing, wanting to work with the big names, and I'm gonna tell you why. No one could ever prepare me that your idols will become your rivals.
That's
Nobody
rich.
prepared me for that.
That's rich. Yep,
I'm
that
gonna
is
run
so.
that back. Your idols, the people that you saw on TV all your life, once you get here into Hollywood, you are now competition.
That's right.
I've had this experience, and I won't mention the show, and I won't mention the name.
Okay.
I won't mention that. Now, me and you, I tell you.
You tell me later, please.
I'm
I
gonna
can't
tell you
wait.
later. I'm gonna give you all the tea.
Can't
But
wait to
I'm gonna
hear
tell
it.
you the story without telling you the story. I stepped on the set of
Mhm.
a very, at that time, it was a very popular show. I saw this actress, and I would never forget, starstruck. I'm like, oh my goodness, this person, I can't wait to get a picture with her. I can't wait to get like some tidbits. Well, I heard this particular actress say verbatim, I want you to put her in the back, me, put me in the back where I will not be seen on TV.
Mhm.
This
Mhm.
particular actress has a contract.
Yeah.
My little extra self, I was an extra. I walked on set and they told that particular producer, executive, whatever they was on set, do not put her on camera. Do not. I never said anything to the actress. The actress never said anything to me.
Mhm.
They see
Mhm.
you as a threat and you gotta go.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you. Um,
It happens. It hurt my feelings so bad. I never get being on set. I called my mama and was like, you will never guess what happened to me. And I explained what happened, and we loved that show at the time. And but it was what that was for me, because
mhm.
it's life lessons.
Mhm.
No one could have ever prepared me for that, but that happens.
Yes, it does. And
It
let,
ha-
and let me jump in.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to hear that that happened to you, but I'm not shocked because here again, I have a lot of those stories, a ton of those stories. And if I mention the person, you would go, no, because this person
Right.
is just so humongous, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
famous, so famous.
Yes.
And I had, again, I won't mention any names either, but I was actually slated to do a video up
Okay.
in Tarzana, California, which you know is fabulous, right?
Yes.
At
Yes.
this humongous, beautiful mansion with two big stars.
Oh,
And I couldn't sleep the night before because I was like, oh my God, get to the set, get out of my little hoopty at the time. I can't remember. It was probably a Mazda, like I always drive Mazdas. I get
okay.
out of my Mazda and I'm on
Hmm.
my way and I'm like, I'm so excited. And I get to where you sign in, right?
Yes. Yes.
And this particular celebrity looks at me, and all of a sudden, after I signed in, I get a tap like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" It's one of the
Hmm.
producers, and I'm like, "Yeah." Um, we decided that we're going to cut out that scene that you were in because I was supposed to be her hairstylist in the
Yes.
video,
Yes.
and I was like,
Wait, what?
"Okay," but I mean, what could I say? I'm not going to sit up here and argue with a producer, right?
Oh no. Mm-mm. Don't do that.
Pardon me. So I'm like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether to cry or beg or whatever. But I'm on my way back to my car,
I
and I
know.
see the other part of the video, actor, singer, rapper,
Mm-hmm.
sees me out of the corner of his eye as
Okay.
I'm going to my car, and he's like, "Where's she going?"
Right.
I get in my car and I get a phone call. Have you left yet? And I'm like, no, who is this? Who's this? Oh, this is the producer. Mr. So and so is requesting that you come back to the
Won't he
set.
do it?
Okay. I
Mm.
get back to the set, and this particular person who is, if I name this person, people would freak out. You know what I mean?
You
We're
gotta
talking
give
about
me the tea
major,
after
major,
this.
major, major, major star. Puts me back on the video, but then I was informed, but that scene is still going to be deleted because the female star did not want me in her presence.
Mm.
And in the video, like you say, won't God do it? To show you how things work, I'm still in it, but in the back. Only a friend of mine who is so diligent, girl. This guy's a technician. He knows how to find anything. He found the video and showed it to me. And I was like, oh my God,
A
you know?
while.
So,
Yeah.
and talking about soap operas, I did a lot of, I've done so much extra work on soap
Mm.
operas. And it's been such a great lesson because
Mm-hmm.
people have no idea how fortunate those people are on soap operas. So I'm going to say, if you want to hate on somebody, hate on soap opera stars. And I'll tell you why. Because to me, they have the best normal lives that you can
Mhm.
have consistent work.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And the only thing about being on a soap opera in my mind is that they can change the script at a moment's notice and you
Yeah.
get so much dialogue. But for me as a technical actress, I love that, you know? And
Oh.
what you see on TV, they might have their scripts under the couch
Okay.
and then
Mm-hmm.
pull it back out. And then when it's time to, oh, action, put it under there. But they know the characters so well because they've been playing the characters for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So that's half of the work right there. So to me, it's the big stars that people really envy. But for me, I think this you were on target by saying you want to be the soap opera actress because you can have a family.
Yes.
You can be stationary in LA,
Mm-hmm.
which I love,
Oh
and a
yeah.
host of other things like normal people,
Right.
and still make a very nice living and
Oh,
doing what you want to do. To me, it's a win-win. So
it is.
I've done I've actually worked on Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless, never, but the other one, Bold and the Beautiful, was my staple.
That's what
I
I
worked
want to
on
get
that
on
thing for
to.
years as
Mm.
a background actress, and I got so much,
Oh,
knowledge and
yeah.
training just watching
Mm-hmm.
how you know what I'm saying? How these people
Yes.
conduct themselves and compose themselves, and how you really don't have to be nervous, but just be in the moment
Yes.
and do your work. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know
That's
what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing. And I know they make a host of money depending on the contract, but whatever it is, it's more than most people make in little
a
or
lot.
no time. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So and I've had it, but the first the reason I bring this up is the first soap opera that I worked on was Days of Our Lives, right? And this actress literally came up in front of me and blocked me.
What?
And I was like, what?
Oh.
What you just said? I could not believe it. And
That's wild.
that was my first encounter with now you're a competition.
Oh, come on now. Speak
Because I
on it.
didn't even think of it. I mean, I'm just getting here from, Michigan or whatever, wherever I was coming from at
Right.
the moment. And but now I'm their competition.
That's it.
Wow. And like you said, you idolize these people in a way, unfortunately, because we do,
We
you
do.
look up to them and
Mm-hmm.
you like, and then you meet them and they're rude to you but see,
Mm.
that's a compliment.
I never looked at it like that.
That's a compliment. It's a sheer compliment because they wouldn't do that if they weren't threatened by you.
Come on, Yvette.
Mm-mm.
I didn't look
Why
at
would
it.
they block you? They're not gonna block you if you didn't look like in their minds as good as them. Why would they do that?
That's
They're not
so.
mean. They're not mean. They're trying to protect their own space,
Yes, yes, yes,
the
yes,
spotlight. Now, but
yes.
I did meet one who is mean. That's another story. But in this case, I must say the majority of them are like, ooh, I can see her star. Wait a minute. Put her in the back.
I
She is not going to dim my light, honey. And
I know
I
that's
actually was
right.
on a show. I'll say I was on Days of Our Lives. And one of the actresses, main characters, told one of the other actresses, she was like a background actress. She said,
Mhm.
if you don't get the F out of my light, I will kill you. And it's because lighting is so important.
Oh, yes, it is.
You know,
Yes.
that's another thing. We'll talk about that another show. That's a technical thing. But when
Hmm.
COVID hit, I realized how important people who do all the crew stuff, how important these people really are. Because
Hmm.
if your lighting is off, I don't care how pretty you are.
Baby, speak on it.
You know what? Without good lighting, let me tell you, you want to run home and say, you know what? I don't ever want to see a camera again if that's how I look.
I know.
So when
That's
this
so
actress, this famous actress told this she was doing background.
true.
If you don't get out of my effing light, I will kill you. And we were like, "Ooh."
Wow. Yikes.
So it was a little nasty, but it was also on a technical level as well. That's
Hmm.
my point, you know. But I think in your case, um, you cannot outshine certain people. She wouldn't have felt good, whoever that person was who told them to put you in the back. The whole time she was shooting that scene, she would have been like, they're gonna be looking at her and not me.
That is so wild.
That's a compliment. It's a compliment.
I
And when
never
that celebrity took me out, she took me out of the scene as I was walking to the production office. So she saw my aura. You know, we
Yes.
talked about gait in the
Yes.
class.
Yes, we did. We sure did.
And I think you were one of the few who actually connected to gait because you were like, wow. But a lot of people were like, mm-hmm. But this real. You know,
It
the way
is.
we carry ourselves, the body language is so on point. It's real.
Yeah.
You can't fake it. You don't
Mm-mm.
have to say anything. All they have to do is see your gait. And that takes me to another episode, and I'll let you jump in on this when you go to auditions. This
Ooh,
is what we
speak
gotta
on it,
understand.
Yvette. Come on,
This
speak
is
on it.
this is what we have to understand. When you go to an audition, it's natural to be nervous. But one time I went to an event, and I'll say the person's name. Nia Long was there. She was on the panel.
Okay.
And I gained so much respect for this beautiful woman because she said one thing. She said, "Don't be nervous." Now that sounds weird because you want this.
I know.
But she made a good point. She said, "Don't be nervous."
Don't be nervous.
No, don't be nervous. Why? Because what you're doing now is giving them your power. And
Mm.
see, and I this is where I'm this is my these are my words right now. I say that the reason I connected to that statement is because your gait is your gate. See,
Mm.
we want to work on our acting and all of
Right.
that, but your gait, the way you carry yourself, what you're doing outside of auditions, you know, like I have one of my students like, well, I want to make sure this is perfect because I want them to see. I said, they're going to see who you are.
Right.
That's your gait.
Mm-hmm.
That's your gate. They're going to see that when you walk through the door.
Yes.
And they may or may not like that. So that's why she's saying, don't be nervous because you're hurting yourself with that.
That's
Because either they're going to connect to the gate that you walked in there with or not.
or not.
And
Mm-hmm.
you might walk in there with the gate that his ex-wife had. Guess what? You probably won't get a call back. But it has nothing to do with
Do
your
with you.
acting.
That's so good.
Your gate. So when you're not working, you're not getting auditions. My thing is if you know that you know that you know that you know what you have, keep sharpening your tools.
I love that.
Keep sharpening your tools and also keep working on your gait. First of all, find out what a gate is. Because when you go to the
Mm.
grocery store, you have a gate. You know, you'll see sometimes a cashier at the grocery store will look at another person and say, "Oh, I can help you." And this other person been standing there. But he'll go to the
Mm.
oh, I help. And that person will be like, "Excuse me, I was here." But your gait
Right.
and your energy was not something that that person was attracted to
Mm-hmm.
help. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So work on you as a person. You mentioned a few times about your spirituality. There you go. Instead of saying, I don't know why they won't let me in. I don't, I know I'm better. How many people we know watch TV? I know I could do it better than her, da 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 da, but it ain't your job.
Right.
That's not your job.
That's so
For
good.
whatever reason, God, the devil, or whatever,
Whatever.
timing, it is not your job.
That's
So watch
it.
her and say, that's her job. Now, when I get the job, maybe I'm going to do it this way. You know what I
That's
mean?
good.
Instead of saying, how did she get it? I mean, who is he? I bet she's sleeping around. You don't know that.
You don't know that, right?
And even if he or she is, that's their problem or whatever, their
Or what?
gift or whatever. Because
Hmm.
what gets you there is not going to get me there.
Come on.
We don't have to be jealous of each other.
No,
And
we
one of
don't.
the things I'm finding out too, you need people more than you think in this business.
Come on.
Actors who are not working should be supporting each other. And then the ones who are be like, girl, kill it, crush it. You know what I mean? You got an audition. I
Hmm.
haven't had one in 6 months. Well, we know that their auditions are happening. It's
Yes.
just a matter of when my time will come. But when my time comes, I'm going to be ready because I'm
Come
not
on.
sitting up hating on you. Okay.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the mentality of people who are trying to embark on this kind of career,
Hmm.
you're going to have some form of, I think, for me, spirituality.
Oh goodness, yes.
It's bigger
Oh
than you. It's
goodness.
bigger than you. You
It's
know,
bigger than you. You got to come to some type of higher power to keep you grounded and centered. Because this industry, if you're not careful, it will break you down.
in a
It
way
will.
that you,
Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful, to me, I love it because it's a beautiful industry. It's a relationship. It's you meet some great people. It has some great outcome,
hmm
great experiences.
hmm
When you get booked on these sets, like you say, whether it's an extra, because I love starting out as an extra,
sure.
because I learned so much. Because again, I
hmm
didn't know how to act, and I came to act, learn how to act, and then act. Which if I knew then, I would learn how to act where I was from, and then come with the ground running. But that's a whole different story for a whole different day. But like you say, start with the extra roles and go up. It's beautiful because I built so many relationships. I've learned so much being on set, and I want to piggyback. I want to go back in time for when I first walked into your class.
Okay.
When I first found you on Casting Networks, which is amazing platform, by the way. It was
Yes.
reasonable. I will always tell my entertainers to try the casting networks, the backstage, the casting networks. It's something else. I think Actors Access.
Oh,
I
that's one. That's a major one. Actors Access.
don't
Yes.
like it.
Hmm.
But it's good, but I don't like it.
Well, okay. Okay. You talking about which one? Talking about Actors
Act,
Access?
Actors Access. I can never get booked on that thing.
Well, you know why? You know why?
Why?
Because Actors Access, out of all the ones that you've named, and we'll go back over them because thank you for that. You're bringing out some very technical details that people need to know. You have casting networks,
Love it.
used to be LA Casting. You
Yes.
have Casting Frontier, I
Yes.
believe it is.
Yes.
Yeah, Casting Frontier. You have Backstage. Okay. And then I'm just speaking of the major ones. Then you have Actors Access. Now,
Yes.
Actors Access is to me a tier above the other ones
They are.
because this is where you need your reels. You need
That's
a
it.
reel because if you don't
Hmm.
have some kind of demo reel, your submissions are going to be at the bottom of the barrel.
That's what it is.
So you're not, and here we go. You need some amazing photos. Now, when I say that, I don't mean go out and spend all this money.
Mm-mm.
Do your research because
Mm-hmm.
here again, your gait, your presentation, the way you're doing your makeup and your hair and all that needs to be together too. So you
Yes.
can't expect someone because you paid them $3,000 to take your photos to make you look amazing. Whatever's going on inside of you is going to come out,
Mm.
especially a good photographer. And I have I have two amazing photographers
Oh
that I
my.
work with. But before going to those photographers, I make sure that I cleanse
Mm-hmm.
spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. because the camera doesn't lie. But back to what you were saying, casting network, but actors access is a higher level.
Yes.
That's where you can get your little small independent films. That's where you can get booked on actual television and
Yes.
movies.
Mm-hmm.
See, so it's a higher level compared to the other ones that we mentioned earlier. And
Right.
that's probably why you don't like it, because to me, when you do actors access, it's a perfect platform when you have representation.
That's that's it. That's
Yep.
it.
hmm
That's it.
That's how
Right
your
there.
agents can connect you to Smomo production. Okay.
Right.
Mind you, at first, and until you, and here we'll talk about agents on another one, on another
Mm-hmm.
platform, but that's a real reality too, because this is a business.
Yes, it
And like
is.
you said, you build a lot of relationships. So agents have relationships with other agents and producers and directors, right? But
Right.
if you're trying to come out here, like you said, fresh off the boat and represent yourself, and you want to be on a TV show and you don't have an agent,
Oh.
and
Mm-mm.
even if you have an agent, do you have an agent that can bulldoze you through those doors?
Mm-hmm.
One other thing, Tasha, we spoke about how many people come out here per day.
Yes.
Per day.
Yes.
How many people actually get in to read for the shows that are popular per day? And I was actually a reader. I was a reader for a couple of years in different facilities for commercials, television, and I got to see, and that's what dispelled a lot of my nervousness.
Okay.
And the nervousness never goes away 100%. And I'm speaking for
No.
myself. I don't think it
Mm-hmm.
should, but it can subside enough for you to do a good job.
Right.
Okay. So, but being in all of these facilities and watching all these variations of actors from all over the world, I found one thing to be true, and that is if your agent, you got a decent agent, you might get through that door. But here's
Right.
the thing, too, they might get like 4,000 submissions for one little 5-line role. You
Right.
cannot bring in all those people. So, how many people might get in for under 5 role? What per day? Maybe 10.
Oh, wow.
And where are they coming from? Maybe the best or the top agency for that particular casting director.
That's true.
Or the casting director might have a maybe 10 agents that he or she works with. And if you're not in that pile,
Right.
chances are you are not going to get those opportunities. And it's about opportunities.
Yes, it
You got
is.
to get through the door.
That-
So I'm glad you brought up Actors Access because it's a great platform on a different level.
That's
Yep,
what it is.
that's
Mm-hmm.
what it is. And then
That's what it
when you get
is.
that reel and when you get those decent photos, and I say decent because that depends on who's looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You might have an agent who's like, I don't like your pictures. But guess
Yes.
what? Those pictures get you out because you submitted them. When you
Mm.
submitted them, you got out. But now
Mm.
this agent is going to tell you, I don't like your pictures. Why? Because he or she may have a photographer friend. See?
Oh, yes. Yes.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
So when you come out and you don't have a lot of knowledge and experience, be prepared to have money because now you have an agent. He's going to say, oh, yeah, I can represent you, but you need some new headshots. Now,
Mm-hmm.
how does he know that if he hasn't even submitted and been rejected so many times?
Right.
So I've worked with managers where I would actually submit to talent.
Okay.
And because I didn't have a personal relationship with the actors, if they looked like the part, I would submit them. But then this one particular manager would say, oh, don't submit her. She pissed me off last week. Well, I'm like, I don't
Oh,
care if she pissed you off or not. She fits the part.
right.
So some of the actors would call and be like, man, I am really getting out on these auditions. I don't know what because if they'll give you a pile of pictures,
Okay.
at the time when pictures were pictures, now everything is
Yeah, yeah.
digital, and say, go through this,
Mm-hmm.
I need a nurse. So if I saw something with a color that represented a nurse, because I only have so much time, I would go, okay, I mean, that's how fast it
Mm-hmm.
is. Had nothing to do with the talent.
Right.
Then we flip it over and see what kind of training they had. So
Mm.
that right there tells you that it's the look first.
Yes.
Then they turn over the resume and go, oh, she's with ABC Management. Oh, call her in. I know them.
Mm. This is
Okay.
good stuff.
That's how it works. Or it can work,
Right, right.
because there's always an exception to every rule. But I've worked in these facilities and I see time is a very valuable tool,
Yes, it
especially
is
with TV. It's like this, right?
fast.
So they say, oh, I need a cop. So guess what? They give me a big ton of pictures. I'm gonna go through all those pictures. Who looks like a cop? Then they
Mm.
turn it over, and that person may have done like a play in high school. But guess what? And that's why I tell people, don't say, I'm not going to give it a try, because how many people are out there? It's timing.
It's
It's
time.
timing.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy who may have only done a play looked like a cop at the moment, got the actual audition, and happens to be good.
Mm.
Guess what? He's going to get brought in again
That's so,
and again
that's so
and
good.
again and again. You know, I mean, because it's time is of essence. They don't
Mm.
have a lot of time. They don't care that you went to Juilliard. They
That-
really don't. They really don't. You know what I mean? So we get hung up on all the wrong things sometimes. You see what
yes,
I'm
we do.
saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
but anyway, I went off on a tangent there. But
No, you
actors
didn't. That was good.
access,
That was good stuff.
actors access. Yes, indeed, it's the one. That's the one. When you know that once you start getting calls from that platform,
Mm-hmm.
but be ready.
Well, be ready.
They
That's
gonna
it.
they gonna call you out now.
They
You see,
will.
they gonna call you out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a little crazy with my necklace, but they're gonna call you
No.
out eventually and say, you know what, you got to look now. Let's see what you could do. Somebody's gonna call you out.
Oh, yes.
Be ready. You know, and I say that because we have so many beautiful people out here,
Mm-hmm.
but that beauty, I'm
That,
telling you, is a dime a dozen. But the
yes,
people that can come in and maintain their composure and not, like you said, lose it.
this small. You right.
Mm-hmm.
You are so right.
Mm-hmm. So I know you did that answer your question about actors access.
It did, and it gave some good pointers and tidbits too. Because I know it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be watching this, and just giving them that the information that we might didn't have at the time when we started out. It's amazing. It's gold. What I loved about your class, what I loved about stepping inside your class, not really knowing anything.
Mhm.
I love the fact once I found you on Casting Network. I walked into your class for the very first time. I will never forget how nervous I was. How
Mhm.
nervous, exhausted, like I was feeling so many emotions because again, I left two audits. It was a bust. The third time, which was you, was the charm. I walked
Praise God.
in and I'm like, I don't know what to expect, but here we go. Of course, I knew how you looked because your picture, your headshot, was
Mhm.
with the description of the class. So that already made me want to. It already made me want to step into the class. But then again, I had a teacher who looked like me too, and well, that didn't go nowhere.
Mm-mm.
So I walked in your class, not really knowing what to expect, and I remember coming to the class and just feeling so much because you were so welcoming, and I would never forget. You was like, "Hi," and you came in and you hugged everybody and you hugged me and you was like, "And just find you a seat anywhere, get comfortable, and we're gonna get started in a few minutes." And I would never forget the peace that washed over me. I don't know what it was. I just knew I was in the right place at the right time.
Thank you.
And then I always came with my little trusty notebook and pen because I was
Yes.
a sponge. I wanted to learn everything because again, I was naive to the industry and naive to the craft. So I wanted to learn everything. And some of the tidbits that I remember that got me booked, still getting me booked to this
Praise
day,
God.
would be we were doing a cold reading class. You said, this is what you said verbatim. You said, always remember the first line and the last line to make it pop.
It's me.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this.
Mm-hmm.
And when I would go for auditionings, I would remember the first line, the last line. I cold read the rest, but you
Mm-hmm.
said that first and that last line is what's gonna really bring it home.
Yep.
And and for me, I've learned that works,
Mm-hmm.
but also as an actress or an actor, to know, how can I say this? To know that it's an extension. That
Yes.
you can be an actor, you can be an actress, but it can lead to other, it
Mm-hmm.
can lead, and I never knew that. I always thought it was either acting or nothing.
Okay.
But with you, you was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I was like, I want to be a soap opera actor. You like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I believe you can be that. You was like, however, you do know that there's levels.
There you go.
And with that is an extension. So as an actress, for myself, acting will always be number one for me. But I
Okay.
also learned you can tap into hosting,
Mm-hmm.
daytime hosting. You can tap into commercials. You can tap into, now with social media being so big. At that
Yes.
time, social media wasn't that big.
Exactly.
It was just kicking off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Now with social media, you really don't have no reason why you're not successful in this
Come
business.
on. Come
Because
on.
now you can connect with the people with the click.
Come
Now
on.
you can find their email address on their page.
Come on.
Now you can really give value. Now you can, it's so with the social media branding, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day.
That's okay.
But it's like, it's
Mm-hmm.
such an extension because
Yes.
now you can be a singer and an actress. You can do voiceovers. You can do commercials. You can do.
Don't forget
Uh,
modeling, print modeling.
I was tapping into that. I was tapping into that. You can do modeling.
Mm-hmm.
You can do so. It's such an extension,
Yes.
and it doesn't have to be. I'm a model or nothing. I'm an actress
Yes.
or nothing. It's either you can do such an extension, and all of it is in that entertainment bubble.
All of it. All of it. And it's all in different levels. And I love that. Girl, go ahead, talk.
I
Yes.
not know, but it was your teaching, Yvette, that
Thank you.
taught me this. You
Thank you.
said stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I remember with the blocking, I didn't know anything about slating. I didn't know nothing about blocking. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I didn't know nothing on nothing. And you told me, like I have my hair down.
Mm-hmm.
You told me, and this is what got me on sets and stuff. You said your hair's down. I was like, yeah, because I'm feeling myself. I'm like, yeah. And you was like, but your side of the face, and this is the reason why I have to this day, it's just
I
unsupported,
love it.
is that one side one side you can see my face
Yes.
wherever
Yes.
the camera is, and the other side, well, it is what it is. And a lot of times I would have my hair up when I'm on set sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
I know my blocking, I know my angles, because you said you're on camera but I can't see you because your hair is covering your face.
Mm-hmm.
And and the lighting, like she mentioned earlier about the lighting, like it's when I tell you Yvette is amazing, she is going to give you the
Oh,
raw.
thank
It's
you.
not, but it's not on the whole berating. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
feel that love and you're gonna feel that guidance. When she tell you something, but she's gonna do it with love though. She's gonna do it to the point it's gonna sink.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna sink in. She was like, okay, you might be want to be a soap opera actress, but have you done the research on your type? What role can you play? Because you might want to be a soap opera actress, but is that the type that you can play
On that particular show.
on that particular show? And
Mm-hmm.
but it was so wonderful how she said that. She said, stay ready.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to get ready. Get your headshots together. Get your gait together. For the audition. Oh, this is a good one. The one thing she taught me was the audition don't start when you come to the casting directors.
Come on. Come on.
The audition start the minute you walk in that room, you sign in and you talking to the receptionist. Now listen, that was a game changer for me because I didn't know that. And see, I didn't go on auditions until after I went to Yvette's class. I was not gonna make a fool out of myself.
Ah, you were-
I
see,
wasn't gonna do
but
it.
that's what I like. You prepared to be prepared.
Yes.
See, we don't want to do that because we want everything now, but we're not always ready for that. And I don't mean to preach, but you made
Mm,
that clear. You came to prepare to be prepared.
that's
You see what
it.
I'm saying? And
That's
you
it.
sat there and you listened. I had a bunch of students in the class, as you know,
Oh,
but
yes.
a lot of them didn't hear what you're saying right now because they were like, I didn't get my lines. I was like, wait, what? Back up. This is not just about lines.
Mm-mm.
We did technical stuff, true,
Yeah, we did.
but more than anything, it was about the way you conduct yourself and knowing those little tidbits that you just brought up. You know what I'm saying? Those
Yeah.
small, there's a saying, it's the small foxes that destroys the vine.
That's it. Come
It's the
on.
little foxes that
Come
destroys the vine.
on.
By the way, that was the first play that I did. The
Really?
Little Foxes. I played a maid in The Little Foxes, honey, by Lillian Hellman. That was the very first play I worked on, and my mom came. She sat in the front. She was laughing all the time. I was like, Mom, that wasn't fun. She was like, it is.
I
This is
love
my baby.
it.
And she's like, oh,
I,
I guess that's her mother. She brought her friends and everything.
I love it.
But but the bottom line is the small things that keep us away from our dreams and our goals. It's those tiny little tidbits and those
Yes,
little
it
nuggets that you
is.
brought up. My hair is huge, but you can still see the cheeks. You
You
can
can
still
still
see
see
the
it.
eyes. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? Now,
Mm-hmm.
to this day, my hairstyle is popular. So
Yes.
they like the big hair now.
Yes, they
So
do.
you have to watch the trends too,
Come
because they
on.
come and they
Yvette.
go. You see what I'm saying? But
Yes.
look at your hair now, because I remember when you came, your hair was in your face. It was long too,
Mm-hmm.
but it was in,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, how do I tell her that? I didn't go at you and hurt you. You don't have to hurt your students.
You
You don't
don't.
have to, but just let them like pull your hair
Your
back
hair
so
back.
that they can see, because they have professional makeup artists on the sets for a
Yes.
reason. But you got to get the job.
Come on.
And you can't get the job sometimes if they can't see your face, your lighting is not good. We don't have control over that all the time. But like you said, with social media now, and one of the things that the pandemic did for me was it made me open up some more cans of worms, because I'm like, I got to do my own makeup now. Ooh,
Oh,
I
I
got to do my
know.
makeup. I got to do my own
That
hair, and I got to do my own lighting. You got
what
to work
else
with what you
tough?
have. And
Mm-hmm.
and you've done that. So this is so true. Girl, you are the bomb. I'm telling you, you sat there, but I wish that more people would pay attention the way you did,
They
you
gotta
know,
want to. If they gotta drive.
before they leave, because sometimes it's like you leave your dream prematurely.
Yes, you do.
And that's one of the things that I like to really share with my students when they come to me. I can help you read. You can call anybody up and they can read lines with you,
Right.
but they can't give you the information that I'm trying to convey to you that will take you and sustain you, man. Listen, I'm trying to tell you,
Listen.
it's not as hard as we make it,
It's not.
but we got to do the work.
We do. We do.
And guess what?
Yes.
Yeah, it came when when it came right before we started our session. Talk about God.
Cry. Even I'm about to
Talk
cry.
about God. Talk about God. I
Won't
ordered
he
and I was
do
like,
it?
I said, you know what? Because even when you were not in my class
Oh my God,
physically,
Yvette.
no, girl, this is
Oh,
what I told you. Remember, I said, hold on. I said, hold on. Because
what?
the guy had just dropped it at the door. When I
When
had
today?
just today, right
Oh
before we
my
started. Remember, I
God.
told you, I said, hold on, I'm getting something.
You did say that. Oh my goodness.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh my God, Yvette, I'm about to cry. And
You
you know I was
should
a
cry.
crybaby
You
in
know
class.
why? You should cry. I'm gonna tell
Why?
you why. I am so proud of you, girl. Look at
Oh my
you. and you're my
Yvette,
student.
dang it. Oh my God, that's the most okay. Oh my, let me pull it back. Okay.
We're gonna take a deep breath because you know what,
I
this is the
am.
moment.
Oh my
For
goodness.
anyone who's watching, you guys, and
Oh
I'm a
God.
little camera off today, but look at
Oh,
this group. Look at this.
oh
This is
my God.
someone who came into my class
Oh my
totally green, didn't
yes.
know anything, just with a dream, and she is
Oh
like
my God.
crushing it, you guys. You
I
know.
take
And
it.
the other night I was like, I'm gonna order my girl's book. You know
Oh,
why? Because there are times that you're not even in my class, and
mm,
you will donate to me. And I'm like, no, this queen is not. She is not donating to my
Eva,
nonprofit
why you
organization.
did that?
But Tosh is so beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
mean, the color. I mean, the cover. Look at
Oh,
this. Look at
I not
you.
expect.
You
Oh
got
my
me, girl.
God.
You ready to mess up my makeup,
I'm.
girl.
Oh,
Look at you. So
I'm
beautiful, Tosh.
sensitive.
But the timing of it. It
I
came right
know.
before we got on today. And I'm like, no,
Oh,
I heard something drop. I said, uh-oh, is this what I and I opened the
Yvette.
box. It was so well packaged. It was like, oh my God.
Uh, ay, ay, ay.
I'm proud of you, girl. That's all I gotta say. I am
Listen,
proud of you.
that right there, and it's because I know.
Hmm.
Okay. I guess it took me by surprise because you. Okay, let me take a breath. What it is, Yvette, for me is that I look up to you, right?
Oh, thank you.
And it's like, oh, dang it, Yvette. I wish you would have prepared me.
But listen, it ain't
Uh,
fun if you know all the answers, girl. Come on, you got
you're
all the answers. You
right.
know
You're
every. You took
right.
great
It's
notes.
like, okay, all
You
right.
took copious notes.
Oh God. Okay. I think for me what it is that I remember the little girl, the young the young girl in 2012 that didn't I didn't know anything. I knew I had a dream in my heart that I just wanted to succeed. And
Yeah.
I had all the cards at that time stacked against me. I'm miles away from home. I'm walking into this class. I don't know what to expect. And then you embrace me with open arms. Just the way you are now was the way you was back then. And we as students was family. We would have parties. We would have like parties like, right, like parties, not like it didn't get crazy, but like Christmas parties and whatever else parties, and we would have like food and different stuff like that, and we would have our food and our snacks, and you'd just be going over everything and going over our camera, blocking and slaying, so we was always on camera, and then you can kind of like we can kind of go over, once we went home and read our notes and just coming from Shreveport, Louisiana,
Yeah.
where it's like I heard it all. You're gonna get down there, LA. You're gonna get to Hollywood, and you're not gonna succeed. And I had my family who they supported me, but they was afraid for me too,
Sure.
because I'm going into a big city, and I'm not. The culture is different, and I'm just thinking about that young girl at 28 that was just green, naive to the industry, and then you took me under your wings, and you was like, if you stick with me, and I will never forget you told us, if you just stick with me, I get you where you need to be.
Hmm.
I get you where you want to go. And I'm not gonna tell you no lies. I'm not gonna give you no fluff. You always said that I'm not gonna give you no fluff,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I will get you where you need to be.
Man.
You didn't waste your time. Just if you stick with it and you stick with me, I get you where you need to be. And I will never forget there was times I've been in your class and I would cry. I would be so frustrated. It was just seemed like I was just my back was against the wall. I'm running against the wall because I'm not getting booked. Nothing makes sense in Hollywood. I don't know how to deal with this culture at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never forget you say, if you just stick with it, don't
Yeah.
give up. You're so close. If you just stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
And now coming back from 2012 to now, where I've been I feel like being booked as a guest host on the talk.
Wow.
But
Wow.
that's because of your teaching how to block, how to slate, how to come with my
Mm.
authenticity, knowing who I am, and then having that to transfer into on camera.
Come on. Come on. You did
Not
a
every
great
teacher.
job too. You did a great, and I want to use that because I want to put that on my website.
Okay. Oh my
But
God.
I got to jump in because I got to
Go
share a
ahead.
little bit about you. Um,
Oh my God.
the name of the book is Advice I Wish I Knew. I
Yes.
wish I knew. And this is such a girl. I can't say I read it because I haven't. I just got it right
No, you
before
just
our
got
session.
it.
But the bottom line is that I have it. I have it in my hand. I remember that younger woman, because you're still young, that younger woman that walked into my class that was green, that was
Yes.
naive, didn't know anything
Yes.
about anything, but she knew she had a dream.
That's all I knew.
And writing this book, girl, I'm not to get off the subject, but there's some people, I'm a junkie. I'm a music junkie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Love, love, love music. I don't know what I would do without it. So
Oh my
really
God.
and truly wish I singing was my first love and
Oh
still
wow.
is.
I never knew that.
Yes, I love music. That is my drug of choice.
Oh, I love it.
Anyway, the fact that you took your life experiences and put them in this book, I'm blown away. You paid
Wow.
attention. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
you stayed on your grind the whole time. Even when you went back, you kept in contact with me and we still coached
Oh yes, we do.
via, Zoom. You know,
Yes.
you're gonna get your nutritional value no matter how you do it. Now you went
Yeah.
back, but you didn't just drop the ball. That's
Mm.
why I'm so proud of you. I just want you to know that. You went back, but you didn't drop the dream. You kept it alive. And you're open to the fact, like you said, like I told you, you could do it in multiple ways. No two journeys are the same.
That's true.
That's another reason we can't be envious of another person because
That's
their timing is different from our timing if we stick with it and stay in the game. And
yeah.
staying in the game is sitting there writing, using the material that you have gathered over the years and you put it in a book. And now you're getting ready to mentor me in this particular area. Come on, look at that. Look at God. Look at
Look
God.
at God.
Look
Won't
at
he?
God. Because you know me, I'm a ever ready bunny, right? I'm like
Ah,
moving around. I'm the director of love directing and acting and singing. That's me. But there are other aspects of the business. There are
it
other
is.
parts of your talent that you can use to just not even be a blessing to yourself, but to others as well. Look at this.
Yes. Oh.
Somebody's gonna walk away going, "Ooh, thank you," you know. And this is
Mm.
advice I wish I knew. And I'm gonna say you probably wish you knew before you embarked on your dreams here in LA.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And
my.
in life, but in LA, because I don't care. I mean, people talk about LA all the time, but I'm
Oh,
gonna
they
tell
do.
you, I've been out here for years, and there's an energy about the city that to
I
me
love
is
it.
just so I can't leave it. I try
But
because
you
I
do.
spent time in New York City too.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Um, and I think it's wise to have agents in other cities and, especially with everything that's going on with Atlanta, you don't have to be in LA. And at this point, you don't have to be any
Right.
particular place. Like you said, now with social media,
Right.
you know
Right.
what I mean? But
Mm.
there's an energy of the city to me that makes it all worth it for me.
Yes, I agree.
The energy here, I did some plays or a play, excuse me, in Dallas, and it
Okay.
was phenomenal. It was produced by a big mega star. I won't bring up his name right now. God bless him.
Okay.
I love him. He's amazing. Um, but there was something about LA. I couldn't wait to get back. You
Oh,
know,
yes, yes.
it's something about it. It's the energy.
It's
I
the
don't
vibe.
know.
It
Yeah.
is.
And then also too, it's spread out, so you don't feel like you're so on top of people. Like in New York, I feel
Yes.
like there's so many people around.
Yes.
But with LA, I could live on one side of the valley, you live on the other side of the valley. I don't know, it's just
Hmm.
something about it,
I love it. No, I get it. No, I
Mhm.
totally get like the love.
Yeah, I really love the city, but
Yeah.
I like the fact that you brought up the point that you don't have to be in LA now because of social media, and there's no excuse that you're not marketing yourself. And
Mm-mm.
that's where I want to give you a straight high five because
Thank you.
you're doing your thing, girl. You're doing your thing with your book. You're doing your
Ah,
thing with your social media. I'm so proud of you. You're one of the few people who are in a relationship with a beautiful spouse. You're not letting that hold you back. You are just pushing it. And I am so grateful that I could be a part of that for you
ah,
when you first started off. So
oh my
God bless you. And
God.
we're gonna end it because I know you're probably tired. And but you know me, I can do it all day. I love this.
Me too. We're gonna have to do this again. I'm gonna end it with this note here is that always you guys have a always research whatever you want to do. Because I had a lady my second week in LA, she said, if you don't if you don't do the research, you deserve to get scammed.
Mm,
And that stuck with me.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so I just say, just do the research, pray, take a step back. When you're getting weary, when you're getting tired, don't give up. Even
Yes.
if you have to rest, sometimes you have to unplug,
Woo.
totally unplug,
Say
so that way you can recharge and refresh and just come back at it and find your niche, find what works for you, not what's working for everybody else in society and their trends. What's your trend?
Amen. And on that note, I will say that you are absolutely correct. I've had so many agents since I've been out here. I have a student right now that's getting ready to blow up.
I
You
love
know, uh, and the funny thing is that, and I have a lot of dreams yet to be seeing myself. You know
it.
what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think, and I heard Tyler Perry, I think, say this, that sometimes God is keeping you in the background for a reason.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think that I feel personally that applies to me.
Yes.
But we all have life patterns, and I've always had the life pattern where everyone around me will get everything. It just blow up, and I'll be like, okay, but when I get mine, I never have to look back.
I love that.
And I feel that way about my whole episode of being in LA. I have worked with so many people that's working right now
Mm-hmm.
professionally.
Yeah.
And, but I stayed back in the background in my own way. And a lot of
Hmm.
opportunities didn't open, doors didn't open for me. And it was because now I know God was protecting me. I wasn't ready.
Oh, yes,
I
yes.
wasn't ready because I know
Hmm.
when that door opens for me, only God will be able to close it.
That part right there.
And so that is the reason that because I have my sister, God bless her. I have a lot of sisters, but one of my sisters, she's like, you're the only person that I know that's never changed their career. You know,
Yes,
you've
yes. I
never
love that.
changed careers. You since I've known you from the
I,
day that you were born, you were like, I'm going to be an entertainer. I'm going to be an actress, and
yes.
I'm going to do, and guess what? It's happening.
It
You
is
know,
happening.
I mean, people told
Hmm.
me, "Oh, you can never model," because it's true. I'm not 6'1", nor am I size
Hmm.
2. But you know what? God kept me in line with the dream to the point where now
Yeah.
you don't have to be 6'2". You don't have to be a
Right.
size 2. And guess what? Now I make money as a result with my little round fanny. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And
yes.
I'm making money doing print modeling jobs with my hands.
Yes.
So
I want
God
to get
makes
into
a way
that.
for your dream when you stick with it. I just wanted to end on that note
Oh, that's
because
good.
and sometimes you don't see anything. But if you keep going, I swear to God, it can happen. It can happen. And what success means to one person does not mean the same thing to another person.
So good. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So when people are like, well, I haven't seen you in any big movies, I tell them, I'll be like, let's just keep watching.
Just keep
And I
watching.
say it with a modest sense of humor because it's real. I'm not bragging. I
No,
just know that with
amazing.
my work ethics and with the God that I serve,
Mm-hmm.
it's timing.
It's up from here.
Yeah, it's all timing. So if you're out there and you're dreaming and you don't see anything, don't let the naysayers get you down. Stick with your
Mm-hmm.
dream. If you know that you know that you know what God put in you, don't stop. And
Oh,
I'm all over the place. Get
I
my girl's book. Get my
I
girl's
know.
book. I can't wait to read it, girl. Advice I wish I knew.
Oh,
Tasha Lynette, the
oh,
queen of all queens, girl. You have done it. And you know what? The best is yet to come. This is
yeah.
the beginning of 2025, but it's also the beginning of you and I making some moves in this industry this year. Oh, yeah. It's about
I
to be on.
agree.
Yeah, it's about to be on. So thank you so much.
You
And
too.
don't you go nowhere, but I'm gonna just stop the recorder
Okay.
and we're gonna chop it up a little bit, girl. Hold on, hold on. Thank you so much. Okay.
Bye.
God bless you.
God bless you.